What's up and welcome back to Rumor Has It Official. Let's get straight into talking about 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. This is season 5, episode 13, and the title of this episode is Hot Tempers and Cold Feet. Let's start off with Kalani and Asuelu. So Kalani and Asuelu have been home from Washington for about a week now, and Kalani says that the trip was the worst trip of her life. Since being back, Kalani and Asuelu are really avoiding talking about this trip and what all took place. The trip left her feeling like she didn't want to be married anymore. You remember when she said that? And in this scene, her mom wants to know if they will possibly consider couples therapy. Kalani tells her mother that if they do get divorced, she wants to know that she tried everything before just giving up. Kalani says that it's really hard to try and work through her marriage when he doesn't like to discuss or talk through their issues. She expresses to Asuelu that she doesn't want her children to see an unhealthy relationship. And Asuelu's response is, this is exactly how he said it. I'm going to say it how he said it. How about our relationship? So he isn't even able to comprehend the seriousness or the level of damage that has been caused in the relationship or how much their relationship needs to be repaired and worked on. Kalani brings up therapy and says this is the last result. Comment down below your thoughts. Let's move on to Colt and Jess. So back to Jess confronting Colt about his social media activity with other women. He then adds on top of all of that by telling her that Vanessa lives with him and Debbie. He calls it manning up, but Colt loves a negative reaction out of women just to get a rise out of them. I'm convinced that he gets off on it, actually. He knew bringing that information to her would upset her. Jess starts yelling and Debbie comes out of the room after she said she was going up to the room. She had followed orders when Colt told her to go up, but she ends up measling her way back down the stairs. And Debbie says that she feels sorry for Jess, but also feels she brought everything on herself. So how do you feel sorry for a person, but at the same time, you feel like she brought everything on herself? Debbie is no good. At the end of the day, she is a woman first, and she knows the actions of her son is wrong. But instead, she carries on as though Colt is some saint. Jess is sitting there crying to get Debbie to see her side, and Debbie is sitting there looking down at the floor with no compassion at all. Just their actions, the things that they've been doing. She has no compassion for another woman. By the end of this convo, Jess says that she's done with Colt forever. Comment down below your thoughts and let's move on to Angela and Michael. So it's the next day and Angela is still upset with Michael. Now, before Angela can chew Michael out further, Michael is so smart because he shows her the bouquet that she ordered for the wedding. I don't know if I believe the tears Angela was trying to pull for the cameras, but him presenting those flowers to distract her only worked for a short while because she then starts telling him how upset she was about what transpired at that club. Michael says yes, and it's his fault. He is always apologizing for things, and he hasn't done anything wrong. Comment down below your thoughts. Let's move on to Elizabeth and Andrei. So the three investigators, Chuck, Charlie, and Jen, they're still prying. Now, they waste no time bringing up the fact that they met up with Marcel. This family irritates me so much, and I truly believe that they're acting and maybe even possibly bringing awareness to the corrupt activity in Moldova to expose the police force there. Comment down below your thoughts, and let's move on to Tania and Sinjin. So Sinjin says that the heated argument that he and Tania has in front of his family, it wasn't what he wanted them to see. And Tania says that she hopes that his family isn't really looking at her differently now. They head out to go wine tasting as a family, and the parents say that they really got to see the real Tania the other night. Sinjin's mother says that she felt hurt by Tania's actions. Comment down below your thoughts, and let's move on to Paul and Karine. So Paul says that it has been 2 months since Karine gave him the ultimatum to get a job, but he still has no job, and I'm not surprised. Y'all, I was no more good when Paul said that he was taking Karine to a water treatment plant so that she can see what other things America has to offer. He brings Karine and the baby, thinking that he could beg the owner for a job, using them as a sympathy card. And Paul is so scripted, but agrees to buy a ticket. By the end of this scene here, he agrees to buy a ticket so that they can go back to Brazil. So tell me, why is Paul even going and not staying in America? He should be staying to get his crap together. So basically, he's going to go back. He won't be able to get a job there either, or do anything but monitor Karine. Comment down below your thoughts, and let's move on to Jess and Larissa. So in this scene, Larissa and Jess join forces to bash and talk about Colt. These two are now all smiles, but if the relationship is done, I don't see what they have to talk about. When Larissa was trying to warn Jess, she didn't want to listen. So Larissa is convinced that Colt was talking to Vanessa. This is revealed during their conversation. She is convinced that Colt was talking to Vanessa when she was married to him, because she saw that Colt received a Groupon gift from Vanessa around Christmas time. So Vanessa has been around waiting for her shot. Jess says she has now found a friend in Larissa and thanks Colt for that. Comment down below your thoughts, and let's move on to Angela and Michael. So it's their wedding day, and Angela is a nervous wreck. When Michael pooted and said, "Sorry, baby, I'm sorry, I'm human," I was no more good. Once they get on the road, Angela calls her daughter Skyla and grandkids to show them her bouquet, where she kind of incorporated their birthstone colors. And they wish her good luck and tell her to bring the wedding back to the States. Comment down below your thoughts, and let's move on to Kalani and Asuelu. So Kalani and Asuelu are going to couples therapy. When they arrive, once Asuelu sees the woman translator, who is also Samoan, oh my God, the way his face lit up, y'all, I can't. So they get into this session, and it's obvious that these two have different backgrounds and upbringings and see things differently because of that. I think the therapist was good in that he was able to make an honest assessment by just meeting this couple only one time. This was his first time meeting them. And he already says, if they can't sort through their stuff and come to a common ground and heal these certain parts of their relationship, then it would be best for them to be apart, no matter how much love is there. Asuelu feels like Kalani went behind her back by talking to his family, and that it ultimately ruined his relationship with his family. So this is something he brings up during the couples therapy, that when she went by herself to go meet with his mama and sister, he felt like he was in agreement with that. He wants to be the head of the household. He wants to be the man and lead out and handle his family. But when she did that, he felt like she was taking matters into her own hands. And my thing is, he knew she was going to meet up with them. So why didn't he express that to her then? Communication is key. Don't just allow somebody to go and do something and then later in couples therapy tell me you had a problem with that. Now, I'm sorry, but I feel like this relationship with his family was already ruined because they wanted money from him at all costs and wouldn't be satisfied until they got it. Comment down below your thoughts, and let's move on to Tania and Sinjin. So Tania and Sinjin go to meet up with his friends, and the arguments continue between Sinjin and Tania. Tania starts crying. She's always an emotional wreck. And Sinjin's friends tell Tania that change doesn't happen overnight. His friends are hilarious when they take a bet on if the marriage will last. And they say it's a chance that they won't work and love is not enough. Everyone that comes in contact with this couple believes that Tania is controlling and needs to be more patient. What are your thoughts? Comment down below, and let's move on to Elizabeth and Andrei. So Elizabeth says that she is shocked to learn the new details about her husband having to flee the country. This is just Elizabeth acting during this scene. She threatens him that she won't marry him again without knowing the truth about his past. Again, I believe this is to expose and bring awareness to the corrupt actions within the law enforcement there in Moldova. Now, I laughed at this whole scene because Elizabeth was really acting, y'all. Like, she was really putting on for them cameras. Comment down below your thoughts, and let's move on to Angela and Michael. So Angela is rude, as always, when she says that she is grateful to have JoJo there with her, but having her there is just not the same as if it was her grandkids, her mama, or Skyla, her daughter. Angela is freaking out and screaming and hollering while the male beautician is trying to do her hair. Talking about, ouch. She could have just been being very dramatic because her hair seems to be very fine and soft. So I don't see why she was talking about ouch. Like, she just being her extra self. Angela's bossy and rude to anyone who crosses her path and is using JoJo to be her lapdog during the scene. I mean, since a woman's got there, she's using her as her lapdog. Now, Angela knew doggone well she was wearing a white dress. So why did she have that teal looking bra on underneath? The dress was beautiful, but the person wearing it is straight up toxic. Comment down below your thoughts. I really need to know what you thought about 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. This is season 5, episode 13. The title of this episode is Hot Tempers and Cold Feet. Comment down below your thoughts. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Give this video a big thumbs up. Share with a friend who also loves watching 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified on the next time I make an upload. And I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.